Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. This morning, I want to read from Genesis 41, verses 17 to 32 from the King James Bible, and then just have some few brief comments. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came out of the river seven kine, fat fleshed and well favored, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, seven other kine came up after them, poor and ill, very ill favored and lean fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness. And the lean and the ill favored kine did eat up the first seven fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were all still ill favored as at the beginning. So I woke. And I saw in my dream, and behold, seven ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, seven ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the seven good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God has showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The seven good kine are 7 years, and the seven good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the seven thin and ill favored kine that came up after them are 7 years. And the seven empty years, blasted with the east wind, shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt, and there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice, it is because the thing is established by God, and God will bring it shortly, will shortly bring it to pass. Excuse me. Pharaoh recounts his memory of the dream to Joseph with a little embellishment, adding some emphasis, which is very human. He tells Joseph what was troubling him. There are very few people who do not read back their thoughts into previous experiences. Many Christians embellish upon the day they announce their belief on Christ by reading back into that experience. They think what they think, things they think should have happened or wish had happened. We do the same thing with other events and moments in our lives, but we're often not honest enough with ourselves to admit it. These two dreams are actually one dream explaining how God intends to provide Egypt with 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of famine. The fact that God repeated this theme in Pharaoh twice establishes it as a definite prophecy of the soon to be future. This reminds you of how things are emphasized by God in the Bible generally and establishes definite and not merely, quote, if you or they do this, then I, God, will do this propositions. An example would be when Jesus says, verily, verily, from the word we also get amen from, when he is telling Peter of Peter's future martyrdom. John 21:18. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. It's questionable to make a doctrine out of one verse and can lead to error, but when many verses comment on a thing, you can be sure that God has established it as an eternal decree, such as everlasting life, for instance, which is reflected in clearly in many verses. Now, we're going to go to Joseph's suggestions next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll read other things I've written on Blogspot, blogger.com. All right, take care.